My first vote.
My first vote.
My first vote. Kerala this time is fielding a lot of young candidates from the left as well as from the Congress. So let's talk to these youngsters. What exactly do they think are the main issues that should become a focus of the coming elections? Let's start with you. What do you think is important?
I believe that in our city, like Trivandrum, we have a lot of potential development coming up, and access to our city is not as developed as it should be. I believe that infrastructural development, especially of the roads in Trivandrum, should be a point of concern and should be an area of development in the next 5 years or so.
Well, interestingly, none of the political parties have essentially come up and spoken about infrastructure development, or for that example, development of construction of roads. If you just see, if there's just little rain here, monsoons come, all the roads seem inundated. What do you have to say about this?
Not just during the monsoons. There's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of people, everybody owns a car. What happens is that there isn't enough land left to acquisite. The roads aren't big enough. There's too much potholes. The government actually has to take a step forward to develop the road so that city can grow.
All right. Now, this is an important point which is brought out. Let's ask you, what exactly do you think is important here?
Employment generation, I think, is really important. We have, India is having a lot of youth are coming out, educated youth are coming out. They need to be employed so that they can take the nation forward. Kerala, we have seen a lot of growth in the IT sector, but I think the government needs to focus on other sectors too, like tourism, and even in the IT sector, a lot of scope is yet to tap into.
I don't think there are enough employment opportunities, and one point I would like to raise is that the political party which is coming to power in Central should look into the dollar versus rupee thing. Like, I'm a BTech student, I would want to go to, abroad for my MS. So if the dollar rate is so high, like 75 rupees, I can't afford to give 8 lakhs or 9 lakhs as my college tuition. It's not affordable to me.
All right, now that's also an important thing here, because Kerala is a place where a lot of youngsters go abroad to study and a lot of people come here. So let's ask about price rise, essentially inflation. How does that affect you?
Price rise is a very concerning issue because for my pocket money I can't afford even the petrol price here. Then food, everything is going up, so I can't afford it.
Okay. While price rise is an issue, many might say, let's ask young women here, what do they think is an important issue for them?
In Trivandrum, it's the capital city, but still it's facing lots of problems. Lots of women at late hours, we can't even go to we can't go for shopping, we can't do for anything without parents. We can't go for tuitions, we can't go for late night tuitions are very common in Trivandrum, but we can't go for that because as we are not protected. So as a woman, I need protection for women, so I will vote for those parties.
Even after the Delhi rape case, we have seen a lot of similar cases, even worse. So I would support a party which has some concern for women's safety.
I think not just in Kerala, across the nation, security of women is still a huge problem. So there'll have to be a better strategies within the law and enforcement to make sure that women are protected in our nation, that students, college girls, women who work have the freedom to travel alone even during the late hours of the day. So that's an important point that whichever party comes into power at the center will have to look into.
Have you heard any of the political parties talk about this time?
In the national scenario, yes, but in Kerala, not many.
Kerala is a very caste-oriented state when it comes to voting, interestingly. Otherwise, we are very educated, we don't really talk about these things, but do you think we are very caste-oriented? Do you want to raise your hands? Yeah? Alright, so what do you think? Is it time to break this? Do you think your voting pattern is going to change that?
Yeah, definitely. I would like to, vote out of my caste. You're supposed to break this caste thing. You're not supposed to. Even here, LDF, UDF, whichever party may be, they are fielding candidates based on caste.
Okay. Yeah.
I've seen so many people telling a group of people should vote for this particular. I would like to urge the youth to think and vote, not just hearing someone, yeah, let's go vote for that. We should think and vote for people who I think is most useful in central or in state.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, the point I want to make is we pride ourselves of being a secular nation, but when it comes to choosing a representative, we always vote for the person who belongs to a religion or a caste. But that is not necessarily the best option we have when we consider a government, running a government.